My kids are going to show you how to pick up blocks, right? If you have to pick something up, you have to pick up all of the weight of the thing and, whether you know it or not, all of the weight of you. How you doing? Good? You can put it back down? How hard was that? Not that bad? The magic of a pulley is really the magic of a rope, because a rope is always in tension. You can't push a rope. If you pull on this side of the rope, that force transfers all the way through the pulley. So you basically can redirect a force. That is the primary function of a pulley, redirecting force. It's pretty good. How was it?
Hard.
The pulley changes the direction of your body weight. So you can use your own body weight to help you pick something up. Very good. Was that hard?
Not as hard, not as hard.
Not as hard as what?
Just picking it up.
Okay, so it's easier to pick it up with the pulley because you can kind of lean into it, right?
Right.
So this is the part that starts to confuse people. If you can change the way the pulleys are arranged, you can make it even easier to pick this up. Do you want the normal pulley or the snatch block?
The snatch.
Snatch block. There you go. Go for it. So you split it apart. Don't cut your finger off there. There you go. So this is the magic of a snatch block. We can put a pulley in any place, anytime, as long as there's a rope, and a snatch block is big enough for the rope. This is the part where when you see it happen, you're like, oh yeah, of course it's easier because of pulleys. But if you don't stop and think, you won't really understand what's happening. So slowly pull. Is it really easy this time?
It's a lot more easy.
A lot easier. Okay, so this is what's happening. The tension in the rope right here is being redirected by this pulley, because that's what pulleys do. They redirect force. But down here with the snatch block, we're doing the same thing. We're redirecting the force. But you have tension in the rope and tension in the rope. So all you do is you put tension in a rope somewhere, and then you add up as many ropes as possible on the thing, and that's how you get mechanical advantage. So in this case, how much force is on the cinder blocks? Do you know?
2.
2 times the tension. I don't know about you, but I understand things a lot better if I can work with it with my hands. So I 3D printed a bunch of pulleys and snatch blocks, and we're gonna rig these things up and generate a model of how we were picking up those cinder blocks. When I pull on this rope, that tension transmits itself all the way through the rope to the very end. Wherever the rope is, there's also tension. If I pull here, think about the word pulley. It pulls on the rope on the other side of the pulley, right there. That pulls on the rope there at the bottom, which then pulls on the rope on the other side of that pulley, which ultimately pulls against that hook at the very end. All of the ropes are in tension. Now, if you look down there at the cinder block, you'll notice that there are 2 arrows pulling up on that pulley. That's why we get twice the force on the cinder blocks. But what if we want to pull harder? Can we just add more ropes and tension? Yes, we can, using this. It's basically a double pulley. Some people call this a block and tackle. Instead of 2 ropes pulling down here, we get 4. Just a little bit of force here. Even with my pinky finger, that's like 10 pounds of force by just barely pulling at all. This is the same number of ropes and like pulleys and everything. It's just flattened out so we can see what's going on. So I've got a scale. I'm going to attach a scale to the input of the rope. And remember, if we put input tension, that tension goes all the way through. So as I pull here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 ropes connected to the thing we're pulling. So if I put 2 pounds here, look at that. I get 8 pounds on the output. That's awesome. I'm getting 4 times the force, but I'm only moving it 1/4 as far. How far do you think we can go with this? You think we can double it again? So now we have 2 blocks with 4 pulleys each, which if you count all those up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we have 8 ropes in tension on that block. So as I pull here, look at this. That's nuts. That is a little bit of force and a lot of output. That is some serious mechanical advantage. Look at this though. The ropes over close to me are moving a lot, but the ones over near you aren't moving as much. Let's break this thing apart again and see if we can understand what's happening. This is so awesome. Oh man, that's a great shot. Okay, so here's what we got. We've got 1 input pulley. Let's count up the tension again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I put 2 pounds here on the input. Oh, that is a lot of force on the output. You remember on the block and tackle, the ropes were moving at different rates. Well, think about this. On this side over here, that rope is tied up there. It's not going to move. On this side, I'm pulling the rope. It has to move as much as I pull it. And the same is true for this one because it's just redirecting that string. But after that, everything is affected by how much this moves. So just playing around with it here, you can see that these ropes move a whole lot more than that one over there that doesn't move at all. There's a lot going on here. Now, this is the sort of thing that, yes, you can probably explain it with words, but if you have a fundamental understanding of how this stuff works and you just know how to use it to your advantage, you can get yourself out of some really interesting situations. For example, the other day the drive shaft broke on my buddy Jeremy's truck and we had to figure out how to get his truck up onto a flatbed trailer without a winch. Snatch block! We rigged up a pulley system so that we could pull his entire truck up onto the trailer using only ratchet straps. We figured it out, but because we were trading force for distance, it was taking forever. That's when a nice guy named Jeff showed up. He drove up, offered to help, and instantly understood our pulley system and knew what to do with his truck. We disconnected one of the ratchets, put Jeff's truck in its place, and pulled his truck up until the rope hit the trailer. One thing I love about Alabama is nice people like Jeff just stop and help you, and they instantly know what's going on. For example, watch how quickly Jeff figures out all the mechanics once I tell him we have an extra snatch block.
Oh, I'm so excited we're going to do a double snatch block. Oh, this is great. Is I'm going to put that one. Yeah, okay. Yeah. If you'll point that direction. Yeah, I'll do it.
I'm going to level with you. Jeff is the kind of guy I want to be when I grow up. Watch how he just picks up a snatch block and starts working. He just knows what to do. Also, his hands are just amazing. Watch this man work.
Snatch block engaged. How many snatch blocks you got?
About 5.
Dude, I'm an amateur. I only got 2.
I got a triple.
You got a triple, like a
triple block, yeah.
A block and tackle?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's a thing of beauty, my friend. Any day you can use a snatch block is a good day.
So yeah, snatch blocks can get you out of a hairy situation. Knowing how to use them can help you make friends